Ashtavakra Gita, those of dull intellect meditate upon the Atman as pure and one, but they do not realize it. Through delusion, they remain unhappy as long as they live. And the question is that if one doesn't meditate upon the Atman and still be redeemed, then what to meditate on? Those of dull intellect meditate upon the Atman as pure and one, but they do not realize it. Through delusion, they remain unhappy as long as they live. The exact word used is kubuddhayah. Kubuddhi. Those with kubuddhi. What is the difference between Sadbuddhi and Kubuddhi? The man with Kubuddhi, Ashtavakra says, even if he meditates upon the Supreme Truth, even if he does technically all the right things, the Atman is pure, the Atman is one, the Atman is without a second. He doesn't realize it, he remains deluded, and he consequently remains unhappy as long as he lives. What is this Kubuddhi which is responsible for his deluded state throughout his life? Buddhi is the movement of mind from one state to the other. The mind is constantly in a flux, always moving. Thoughts rising and falling, images coming and going. No state of mind is permanent, and if it is looked at closely, it would be seen that it does not survive even for a moment. The power vested in the mind, through which the states move into each other, through which the mind moves from one state to other, that is Buddhi. Buddhi is an important component of what the scriptures called as Antahkaran Chatushtay. So they say that what you have inside is four things: Man, Buddhi, Chit, Ahankar. Buddhi is the guiding force. Then what is Sadbuddhi and what is Kubuddhi? Buddhi makes the mind move. All movement of the mind can be only in one of the two directions. One direction is I exist, and that is the ultimate truth. I am there as I know myself. My concepts about myself, my image about myself. And from this position, I now want to understand the world, the universe, and finally, the ultimate truth. Apparently, the effort of Buddhi is genuine. It does want to understand, it does want to know. It is meditating. But it is meditating keeping itself intact. It would be making very smart moves. It would be analyzing thoroughly. But the objective of all the moves would be to maintain the self and to discover the truth while maintaining the self. Now, it's a peculiar situation. When you say that I want to discover the truth while maintaining the self, remember that now you will be under compulsion to create a version of truth that maintains the self. We'll go back to it. We are talking of one particular movement of buddhi. We said all movements of buddhi can be in one of two directions. We have taken one of the directions. We are saying one direction is I exist. That is for granted. That is the first truth. That is my principal, fundamental position. And not that I am a dull man, not that I am a closed man. Apparently, I am a seeker. Apparently, I want to know, I want to inquire. And I am investing my energy in understanding. But my prime concern, my fundamental position is I am what I am. Now, around this position, the truth must disclose itself. So what will inevitably happen is that I will be forced to come to not to truth but to a concept of truth which is suitable to the position that I hold about myself, my identity, my image. I will come to something. There would be a mental movement. Not that I would be so dull that I won't discover anything. I will discover a lot of things. But whatever I will discover, will be polluted by its mandate to be compatible with me. And if it is not compatible with me, I will not even be able to discover it. Not that I will reject it. It will not come in the purview of my discovery. Are you getting it? This is kubuddhi. Kubuddhi keeps self before truth. Kubuddhi says, truth is great, truth is wonderful. Let me search for the truth. Now this is seemingly a very harmless statement. In fact, a nice thing to say, right? I will go and search for the truth. But a nuance has not been realized, that when you go and search for the truth, then you have said that whatever will be revealed to me, the same me who went out to search. So, me before truth. I come first. The truth has to be suitable to me. So, the man with kubuddhi, let's say if he picks up Ashtavakra Samhita, what would his approach be? Read the Ashtavakra Samhita, figure out all the important verses and what would be important to him? That which maintains him. That which maintains him. Not that he won't read. He would read. And he would appreciate. He would want to go through all the knowledge that can be available to him. But out of that, he would give importance only to that which maintains him. Because when he has said truth, he is talking to something that is extremely important but still less important than him. He is a worshipper of the truth. But before truth, he worships himself. So he may go to Ashtavakra, or he may go to Kabir, or he may go to Krishna. But within himself, there would always be a feeling that I am going there, I will benefit, something good will happen to me. That's like a precondition. If I am going, then I should benefit. Which also implies, obviously, that if this self comes under any kind of threat, then all his sense of allegiance or surrender or affinity to Ashtavakra or Krishna would evaporate in a moment. Now they don't matter to me. Satbuddhi, on the other hand, places the truth in an incomparable position. Sadbuddhi says, there is no question of asking what is more important, the truth or me. There is no question of wondering what will happen to me when I come upon the truth. If it is the truth, it would be auspicious. If it is the truth, it would definitely be helpful. So there is no point speculating what will happen to me if I know the truth and if I start living the truth. What will happen to me? Oh my God. This question does not arise in the man with the pure intellect, Sadbuddhi. He does have thoughts, but never a thought that questions the truth itself. Never. The fear that all right, everything else can be given up, I can drop my notions, I can drop my attachments, but let me protect at least myself, even if just to enjoy the truth, you see. And it's such a nice argument, I'll come upon the truth. Truth is Anand. I must survive, at least to experience that Anand. Sadbuddhi does not raise even this argument. Not that it says that the truth is greater than the self. In Sadbuddhi, truth is incomparable because deep within it knows that there is nothing except the truth. So what to compare it with? This man now has no self-imposed duty to protect himself. He is not under an obligation to come to a certain appropriate version of truth. Now he is really open to discovery. He is not wondering, oh my God, what lies in the closet? Are there skeletons in the cupboard? What will I discover? I hope the discovery is not too harsh. I hope I don't come to know or see something that simply shakes me up. These concerns do not bother him. He says, let it come, bring it on. I'm prepared to hear whatever it might be. I'm prepared to see whatever it might be. The ugliest cannot be ugly enough to deter me. The most terrible cannot be terrible enough to shake me up. It's all right, I can take anything. Bring it on. So, a very fine between difference between Sadbuddhi and Kubuddhi. In fact, the difference is not visible till the very last stage. Both are seekers, both want to know, both want to understand, both are prepared to give up, relinquish, and both show movement from one state of mind to another state of mind. Yet there is a subtle difference, but that subtle difference creates a world of difference. When it comes to the final leap, the Kubuddhi mind will say, I need to protect myself. The Sadbuddhi mind says, hello, we were talking about the truth, which by definition is one without a second, all encompassing, joyful, deathless. Do I still have to take care of myself? Do I still have to be concerned about my well-being? I can let myself loose. In the pursuit of truth, whatever happens to me is exactly the right thing that should happen. Sorry, I'm not going to worry what is happening. Whatever is happening is the best that ought to have happened. Based on my condition, based on my feelings and my reactions, I'm not going to decide my course of action. After the day's fight, I will not come back to my room in the evening and count my wounds. And my wounds are not going to decide whether I am going to fight the next day or not. That is a given. That has already been decided. One wound or 10 wounds, I am going to be found in the battlefield next day. So what is the point in counting them anyway? If there is a wound, a single wound, it's good, nice. I'll go and fight. Even if there are 100 wounds, do I have the option of not turning up available to me? No, I gave up that option long back. I don't have that option. It's the battle of truth. I have to show up. I'm optionless. The man with Kubuddhi says, you see, it's a great battle. It's a most important battle, no doubt. But I must live to see the victory. That is one condition that he poses. He says, yes, I am fighting for victory. But if victory comes and I am no more there to look at it, to enjoy it, then what is the point of such a victory? This is the difference between these two minds. He says, I will fight. There is no doubt I am going to fight. But I will fight while protecting myself. Now, whenever that is an objective, then remember the battle is so bloody that one day you will have to choose your protection over the truth. Because you will be hurt. It's a bloody battle. You will be hurt. You will be wounded. And then you will be required to make a choice. What do you want to do tomorrow? Rest, go to the doctor, or fight? And you'll have to say, I need to take rest. The concern for self-preservation will be your defeat. So that is the reason why Ashtavakra says that the Kubuddhi mind, even if it keeps thinking of the Atman, of the truth, it does not realize it. It only remains deluded all along. It remains deluded even though it gives its search a very high priority. I am doing so much for my search. I have given this up, I have given that up, I am working hard, I am toiling. And yet, realization doesn't dawn upon me. It won't dawn because you have given it a very high priority, yet a priority lower than yourself. And that is your punishment. For the rest of the world, truth is the 50th priority. You brought it up, you brought it up, you brought it up, and you brought it up to number 2. So you gave up a lot. in your parlance, you invested a lot in the search. And yet you will get nothing. Because here, one gets something only by placing the search on the highest pedestal. Number 1. Number 2 won't do. Number 2 is worse than number 50. Because when you have put it on number 2, then you have given up number 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40, and yet you will not get anything. So you have lost what you apparently had, and yet you will not get anything. Because to get it, it has to be the one incomparable value. That is why those who talk in relative terms, those who talk in the language of balancing, are the ones who will suffer the most. You can be a man who is totally occupied with the world and engaged. And all right, you remain occupied and engaged. You can become so dull that your senses get numb and you don't even experience suffering. You are at least occupied, not suffering deeply. But there is great suffering for those who start on the path of truth but do not go the entire way. The ones who want to balance things. The 50-50, 80-20 types. Even 99-1 won't do, is not permissible. And you think that 50-50 can do. Kabir says, Maya Milina Ram. Whatever you had in a worldly way, your time, your relationships, and all the excitements that the world can offer, you are no longer making any use of them. At the same time, your thirst remains what it was. Now that's a bad situation. Maya Milina Ram. For the world, the truth is the 1000th priority. For you, it is the second priority. And that is why you must suffer more and more and more. And then you come up with fantastic arguments. Bhookhe bhajan na hoye Gopala. Sir, first priority has to be the stomach. If the stomach is empty, how will we go after the truth? So firstly, I have to ensure a good earning for myself and my family. That is my first priority. And after that, I can think of other things. Sir, have you not heard of Maslow? Have you not heard of the fundamental needs? First of all, the physical needs have to be met. Only then the higher order needs self-actualization, realization can come. Whom are you fooling? When your first priority is the stomach, then that's what you will do. Beat the stomach all life. The man whose first priority is the stomach surely identifies more with the stomach than the truth. So that's what you are, a stomach. Next time when you think of yourself, don't think of your face, think of your stomach. And you want to get yourselves photographed, go and display your tummy and ask him to take a pic. This is what I am, because bhukhe bhajan na hoye Gopala. What to do? Sir, we have responsibilities, and there is the family, and I have a kid, sir. So there are many other things that are important than the truth. So it's all right. You have discovered something bigger than the truth. You have done what all the Buddhas of the world could never do. You have gone one up on the truth. You have found out that your emotions and your family responsibilities are more important than the truth. Wonderful. The Buddha must come to take a lesson or two from you. The poor man, he was deluded, wandering here and there in the jungle, thinking that the truth is absolute, incomparable. But we know better than the Buddha. No, sir, truth is important. But my wife, her tears, they are more important. Poor Buddha never knew all this. That is Kubuddhi. Kubuddhi will create a future. And what Kubuddhi will want from the future, Sadbuddhi will want exactly the same thing, this moment itself. Absolutely the same statements. There will be no difference. Sadbuddhi will say, I am drinking. Kubuddhi will say, I will drink. Same statement. But a world of difference if you can look at them closely. When you say, I will drink, it's a conspiracy of the mind to say, I am not drinking. Pay attention. When you say, I will drink, what you're saying is, right now, I will not drink. Kubuddhi will always create a future. Always. It will want to do all the great things that can be there. All the wonderful things that can be there. It would surely be devoted to all of them. But when? In the future. It will postpone the truth to the future so that it can escape the truth in the present. That's the conspiracy. Because truth is number 2. So it can be procrastinated. Number 1 is something else that I have to take care of right now. First priority, this moment. Second priority, future. Do you see how we shift all that is valuable to the future, and whenever there is an urge to dive into the gutter of life, we do it right now. If you have ever felt like being angry, have you ever said, I will be angry 6 months later? Have you ever said, Bhukhe क्रोध न होए गोपाला? You may be on an empty stomach or on an empty pocket, but if you want to be angry, you will be angry. Angry spontaneously, that moment. You will not say that let me first marry off my daughter, then I will be angry. When the tides of sexual arousal rise in the mind, do you say, next week? Do you say that? Oh no, next week. But when it comes to coming to Sunday, you say, next week. Now that will help you decide what is the priority you have given to what in life. That is the difference between Sadbuddhi and Kubuddhi. Remember, both will say that the clarity session is important. They will not differ. They all will agree. But one says, it is number one. Everything else can go for a toss. Let the entire world burn. But this cannot wait, compromise, or be delayed. The other says, yes, it is important, very important, absolutely important. But let me just take permission from Papa. Now, what are you saying? What are you saying? No, sir, I know, sir. It is great and very important, and it is the most important thing for myself. Let me just inform Mother. Whom are you deceiving?